The Taedong River, a river of Korea, has flowed for hundreds of millions of years. This river, which has 1,500 odd small and big streams, is loved by our people. The 400-kilometer-long Taedong River flows into the West Sea, wetting the central area of 20,000 square kilometers. Then, where is the source of this river? The height of Mount Nangnim is more than 2,000 meters above the sea level. It was formed of molten rock poured forth from underground during the Mesozoic era billions of years ago. The Taedong River flows from Mount Nangnim, the watershed of River Tongcheon in the west and River Changjin in the east. This is the source of River Taedong. The stream rose from a crack in a granite rock and flows through the thick virgin forest, giving life to the nature. The stream, which was begun from a drop of water, has now formed a wide and torrential flow here in Taedong. This is Nyongwon, about 80 kilometers away from the source. The dynamic flow which gave life to human beings carries the song of labor too. If you come down around the high mountain, there is the Mengsan country, whose physical aspect just looks like a wild beast. Mengsan, which would be stained with tears of fire-field farmers in the past, has now changed like this. The new aspect of the Taedong River Valley changed into a civilized countryside under the leadership and the meticulous care of the Workers' Party of Korea, can be found in the mountainous counties, Yangdeok and Shinyang. At the upper reaches of River Taedong, there are a lot of scenic spots which invite sightseers. This is the Sangare Bend in Xinjiang County, which is called a dragon rock site, as the scales from a dragon who was rising to heaven formed these rocks. This spot is also a scenic one, where we can enjoy endless song and dance.
산굽이 돌아 기름진 그를 지나 맑은 물 유유히 흘러 흐르는 어머니 강이여 내 어린 그 시절에 불길이 불며 푸른 꿈 키우던 너의 기색을 애워 잊으랴 떨어져 살 수 없는 내 삶의 노래되어 흘러라 나의 정든 태동아.
A passenger ship is traveling along the 40-kilometer-long waterway made in the middle of the deep mountain between Nyongwon and Doksan, which was once known as a grave mountain because many people were dead there due to the flood. In the Seungni General Motor Works, built in the Taedong riverside, we can see the strengthened conviction with which they made the embankment of a power station on the Kumsung Lake. This factory, which had begun with the production of model Seungni 58 mortar, is now making all kinds of trucks, such as 10-ton, 25-ton, and 40-ton lorries. If you come down by train for about 1 hour along the Taedong River, you will find the Puktang Thermal Power Complex. There are all sorts of things indispensable to economic construction and to people's livelihood, such as electricity, coal, cement, etc., in the basin of River Taedong. The Taedong River is a river of treasure with rich resources of the country, pulsating by the efforts of human beings. Where there are clean water and beautiful scenery, there are fish farms rich in fat fishes. Anywhere in the Taedong River, we can breed fries sent from fish farms. So to speak, the Taedong River is a big fish farm. This river, raising all living creatures in the nature, sprinkles water even on the terraced fields in a mountain village. In Seungcheon County, across which River Biru, a big branch of River Taedong, flows, there is a chestnut factory processing tasty chestnuts. In Jeonpo Plain, Suncheon City, around which the Taedong River curves, there is a grand newly built vanillin production base. 1-kilometer-long section between Suncheon and Gangdong. There are Suncheon, Seongcheon and Ponghwa barrages that carry hundreds of millions of tons of water, and downstream there is the Mirim barrage. The Taedong River, completely freed from flood damages by building lock gates in many places, has now turned into a recreation ground for the people. It is about 320 kilometers from Taehung to the Mirim barrage. Now the Taedong River flows around the Moran Hill, Pyongyang. Pyongyang, the capital city of the Republic, where great world-shaking events were prepared and led, is the heart of Korea, across the central part of which the Taedong River flows. On both sides of River Taedong, there stand rows of skyscraping buildings, the symbol of brave and diligent Korean people. Newly built there are the Mangyongdae Students and Children's Palace, the Central Youth Hall, the East Pyongyang Grand Theater, the Pyongyang International Cinema, the Yanggakdo Football Ground, etc. The Mayday Stadium will be remembered forever, along with the Taedong River. Here the fire was set to the beacon of the 13th World Festival of Youth and Students, and the North-South reunification football game was held for the first time in the 45 years of national division. There are many factories named after the Taedong River in Pyongyang. River Taedong represents the aspect of prospering country. So people like to call their products made with devotion Taedonggang as trademark. River Taedong in the evening always gives us rich sentiment and beauty. People spend sleepless nights rejoicing in song of happiness. As they are proud of their motherland, people sing of beautiful River Taedong, even in their orchestra music or dance. Youngjae, a Kim Il-sung Prize winner, sings like this about River Taedong. In the daytime or at night, my heart runs to you, to be embraced by you, you mother River Taedong. Pyongyang, you're defending, is an old capital city of Goguryeo, with a long history of 1,500 years. If we stand in front of Daesungsan walls, we can imagine the faces of Goguryeo warriors with glittering sabers in hand. When our ancestors shed blood, dyeing the soil, in battles against foreign invaders, how bitterly the Pyongyang bell rang, and how sorrowfully the Taedong River writhed, hearing the groaning of the Chilsong and the Taedong gates. Although they cried and shouted, they couldn't find a great man who'd save the country and shed righteous blood uselessly. Born here in the native home at Mangyongdae is the great leader of the nation, with patriotism that burnt up the U.S. pirate ship General Sherman and the spirit of Korea carried by the green pine tree on the Namsan Hill. Since the day when the peerless great man was born, throwing away the despair of the nation and the misfortune of the ruined nation, you, Taedong River, you carried the glory of Korea, of having the great leader and dear comrade Kim Jong-il in high esteem. Every park and recreation ground on the Taedong River is full of joy and romance. The Ryanggang Hotel is set up in a scenic spot where the Taedong River and the Potong River meet. The Koryo, Sosan and Youth Hotels are all built on the beautiful Taedong River. It is over 80 kilometers by ship from Pyongyang to the lower part of the river Taedong. If we pass by Mangyongdae and reach Kiyang by passenger ship, we will see the Daesung Lake, which gives water of this river to the western granary. And in Anzu, there is the Yeonpung Lake. The Taedong River now reaches up to Sincheon. Taedong, Ongjin, along the newly built waterway, providing the nature and people with all blessings. In the past, when the soil was all parched and cracked, peasants prayed and prayed for rain, but their desire could not be realized. But now, all the irrigated fields reap a rich crop. Farmers are rejoicing over rich water and rich crop. They sing and dance, thanking the great leader who initiated the tutor farming method. The Taedong River flows, carrying the happiness of bumper crop. The sky of Gangsan is always bright with the glow of molten iron. Workers of the Gangsan Steel Complex still keep the undaunted spirit of producing 120,000 tons of rolled steel in a blooming mill whose rated capacity was only 60,000 tons during the unforgettable post-war years, thereby safeguarding our party center. Sea of machine automated. The Kumsung tractor plant is the native place of tractors that greatly contributed to developing our independent economy by making various tractors such as Cholima and Pungnyan. This is the Daean General Heavy Machine Works, one of whose pillars was set up on the Taedong River. At this works, a large generator and many other ordered equipment are being manufactured. The downstream of this river is full of the country's treasure. If we travel down a little more by ship towards the Hwanghae Iron and Steel Complex and the Seongnam Port, we reach a port city, Nampo, with large factories and enterprises, including the Nampo Smelting Complex and the Nampo Glass Association. Beside the Nampo Trade Port, there is the Nampo Shipbuilding Complex where 10,000-ton or 20,000-ton ship is being built. This is the world-famous West Sea Barrage, built with our own design, technology and materials in accordance with the far-sighted plan of our party for grand nature remaking. forget, people. The exploits of heroic soldiers who blocked the 8-kilometer-long rough sea in the tempest and under icebergs for the good of the people. Now, this isn't a river, but a sea. Originated on the top of Mount Dangnim, it flowed torrentially for ages. But now, it stopped flowing, forming a grand artificial lake. You keep the root of revolution in the spirit too. What a lot of things you gave us. The song, the love and the zeal a Mother River Taedong gave. Our people will convey forever the heroic epic of River Taedong, holding high the banner of socialism.